Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I admitted to Harry.
Because I found out. You had 2 years and you never came to me to tell me anything.
I didn't, but when I was confronted with it, I did tell you. I didn't say no, I didn't deny it, I didn't try to sugarcoat it.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did, honey.
The first words out of my mouth on episode 1 of this podcast were, I waited my whole life to find the perfect woman. And Rachel was that woman. It made me a little sick to say those words, certainly knowing what I know now, but even knowing what I knew then, what had transpired in the years before and after I said them. On December 20th, 2023, I got the call from Mark Neville telling me everything I thought I knew was a lie. What you're about to hear in this conversation, in this episode, was recorded by Mark Neville on March 30th of 2024. It was recorded inside the RV that Rachel and Mark had parked in their driveway in their home in Atascadero. By that point, Mark had found out about Rachel's affair with Russ and her affair and scam with me. They'd begun counseling, and shortly before this tape was made, Mark found out that Rachel was still seeing Russ after all of it, and he made the decision to move into the RV to sleep. Now, in terms of what you're about to hear on this recording, Paso Robles police was made aware of this recording, and they were furnished with a copy. There is no AI in any of this recording. The total recording is just about 48 minutes long. The editing I made is selective, and none of it changes the context of what you're about to hear. My original plan was just to let the tape roll and beep out the names of the minor children. But I think it's more important that I join you as you listen to it and provide a little bit of context for what you're hearing. Mark sent this tape to me within a couple days of recording it. Our relationship at that point wasn't really what I would call a good one. I listened to a few minutes of it and it made me sick. What was brutal was hearing her admit that she had no idea why she lied so much. I skipped through it and I put it away. Literally put it away for a year. And then I went back and listened to it. We were well into season 2 at that point, and I just kept going back and forth about whether to use it, and if so, how would I use it? I kept leaning towards just letting you hear the whole thing. And I made the decision over the summer that you would hear it. But you're just going to hear it in a different way. You're going to hear it with me along for the ride. And what you're going to get is perspective. What you'll get is also a woman who can't help herself from lying. Literally while you're listening. She's getting caught in real time. This conversation starts with Rachel coming into the RV. They discuss an event for one of their daughters the next day. And it starts with Rachel telling Mark to just take the girls. Not to the event, but to just take the girls. Mark had no idea that she didn't mean it. What she actually meant was, go spend time with them, because it will be one of the last times that you're ever going to get to see them, if I have anything to do with it.
I may or may not go to this thing in the morning, depends on how I feel.
You should go. I'm not gonna go.
Why?
I'm not. It doesn't matter, Mark. You should take the girls and live with them and keep them with you. Keep them away from me. I know that's how you feel. Why don't you take them back to my mom and sister? You guys can all have one big happy family.
Aside from all of that crap, I do not hate you, just so you know. Your mom and your sister would like to see you.
I will never see them again.
That's your choice. But you have systematically isolated this entire family from any other family members.
I did it because they hurt me, Mark. They hurt me, and they never ever tried to repair it.
You convinced me that my mom was poisoning our marriage when she found you being promiscuous. And
I was not sleeping with him.
Doesn't matter.
I would swear on our kids' lives
Listen,
I did not sleep with
coming
that
home
boy.
without a bra with another man in my bedroom is not okay.
I told you about it.
It doesn't matter. It's not okay.
I understand that, but I told you what happened that night, and I told you he was Asian. I wasn't doing shit then.
That's not true, because Mark came into the picture.
After that.
No, right then.
It was after that.
Well, what, a couple months?
Whatever, I'm just saying in that particular moment, I was completely happy in our
But you were
marriage.
taking the kids to the beach with this Asian guy who was at your job. And you thought that was okay.
I didn't think that
Your
was
thought
okay.
process is just so fucked up.
I didn't think it was okay.
But why would you do that?
I think I felt like because I wasn't sleeping with him and I wasn't trying to date him, that it didn't really matter.
It matters.
I understand that.
It always matters.
But I think I told myself that it didn't because I wasn't doing anything. In that particular point in our marriage, I was still pretty damn happy.
Let's sit with that for a minute. Rachel just said she was pretty damn happy in their marriage at that point. She wasn't doing anything. She wasn't sleeping with him. This goes back to everything you heard from Mark's mother, Becky, what she witnessed living in that house, and what led to the fracture of Mark's relationship with her for years. Think about the pain that caused. Think about what it cost Becky. Think about what it cost those girls who grew up without a grandmother because Rachel needed to protect her cover story. And here's what pretty damn happy looked like for Rachel during this period. She was conducting an affair, faking not one but 2 pregnancies with the man they're discussing, the man I refer to as Wells Fargo man, and running a full scam about cancer on him, and simultaneously, while being, by her own description, pretty damn happy. Wells Fargo man is the same man that Marie, the woman you heard from in the last episode, witnessed being conned. The fake cancer, the fake pregnancy, the second time she actually told Wells Fargo man that she was pregnant with twins. She told him that she bought a burial plot for those twins at a cemetery in San Luis Obispo. Wells Fargo man actually signed a declaration for Mark. He confirmed the affair. He confirmed the fake pregnancies and the cancer scam. And then Mark brings up the other Mark, the attorney from Los Angeles. Rachel tried to tell Mark that he didn't come into her life until later. That timeline doesn't seem to hold up to me. I believe this is the same man who came into her world over 20 years ago when she was working at the Silver Rain in L.A. He is still in touch with Rachel. He didn't deny being involved with her when I reached out to him. Mark Neville found an email from this man in 2019 questioning Rachel about a ring that he gave her, the fact that she said yes to him, and then she went silent. I reached out to this man myself. My first message was in June of 2024. I explained who I was and what I was doing. His first question to me was, "What did she do to you?" I told him about the cancer scam, the fake pregnancy, the engagement. His response? "I'm uncomfortable talking." He said he'd think about it. I pressed him a little bit more, and he said, and this is a direct quote, "That's all interesting and very salacious, but the person I knew would never do that." The person he knew. That's Rachel's gift, right? 20-something years later, and that man is still protecting the version of her that she built for him. And now, plot is about to thicken.
When are you going to come clean on Mike Cherry?
I don't know
Do I need to talk to him too? Because I have a call into him. And I'm sure he will call me back.
I'm sure you're going to call everyone in my life.
Would you like to come clean and tell me that before I find out for myself?
I don't know that name. I know that face, but I don't know that name. So I don't know if he went by a different first name or Mike. I don't know what if he went by, but I didn't.
It doesn't
sleep
matter
with
what.
him.
It doesn't matter what he went by. What am I going to hear from him?
I don't know, Mark.
Come on, Rachel. You sent him a sonogram of you pregnant.
I told him it was ours.
Rachel, you sent him a sonogram of you pregnant.
Right, but not his.
But not the two of us.
No, I told him it was ours.
Rachel, stop. Just tell the truth.
I am.
You're not. You're not telling the truth. Just come clean, for God's sakes. Don't you want to say something that's genuine before it's all over?
It is all over, Mark.
No.
It is. It's
Rachel, it's not all over. Say it. Tell the truth.
Mike Cherry. That's a name you know if you've been with me this season. I spoke to Mike several times during the summer of 2024 after season 1 had been recorded. What he had to say was revealing. His interview is episode 18 of this season. And here are a few moments from that conversation.
When I first had begun talking to her, she said that she was, divorced. I believed it. Said that he lived, down south. I want to say it was maybe it was Los Angeles or somewhere, and was working down there. And he would come up, and she was nice enough to, continue to let him stay in the house on the weekends that he wanted to come up and see his girls, and I wasn't allowed to go to the house.
I asked Mike how long after that visit that she told him that she was pregnant.
It wasn't long. It maybe a month or so. Of course, Rachel, she seems perfect. And, as a gentleman, you want to believe everything that is coming out of her mouth. And, I was talking about moving and moving up there. And she's like, oh, no, I want to come back to Texas. My heart's always been in Texas. And she said, why don't you stay there? And I'll make a way for me to wrap everything up here. And me and the girls will come and live down there. We'll move in together or whatnot. I just had this instinct of, something's not right here. And so I had someone that does investigative work down here, one of my friends. And I said, hey, I want you to take a look at this and see if you can pull this picture up anywhere on the internet or somewhere. And she pulled it up. It happened to be a picture or an article of twins in New Jersey. That's when I really was like, holy shit, she got me, Yeah. She got me. Yeah, and I thought, why would she do that? I just ghosted her, and she messaged me a couple times, and I didn't say anything to her. When I look back, I'm thinking, maybe that's what she wanted.
Fine, I saw him.
I know you did. But why?
I don't know.
Why would you need to do that? And don't say it was because of me, because this was before then.
I don't know, Mark.
How come you don't know?
I have this massive thing inside of me of feeling like I'm never good enough and I'm never enough, and I just give validation, maybe, and that's what Scott said. And it makes me feel like I'm different than who I am.
That's what you need to fix. Because
I hate who I am.
You're never going to be happy in life going through and destroying the people that care about you.
I don't feel like anybody's ever really cared about me.
That's fallacy right there.
That's how I have felt for so long, Mark.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
There was a time when Madison was born, and I'll never forget it. You looked at me and you were like, I'm so proud of you, and you're so beautiful.
I remember that. I was so proud of you.
And I told you that day she was born, everything changed for me because I felt like you really loved me.
For sure. I was so in love with you.
And I was good.
And I said those things even after you'd already fucked around on me. But that doesn't tell you the level of love that I had for you?
I felt like, I'm trying to talk to you right now. I felt like that was, like we had started over, we'd kind of gotten a clean slate, we'd worked through things. And when Madison was born, it was like, I told you, I felt like my heart was full. Like, you were everything. You were so attentive and caring. And I felt like you really loved me.
Now, keep in mind that this period that they're talking about, Madison's birth, is January of 2005. In the years prior, Rachel had been disappearing periodically. In 2003, just months after their marriage became official, she saw Bobby again, and then I believe that he ended things with her. She took her friend Shelby to Flint and hung out with Brian. And Just a couple months after that, she married Brian, while still married to Mark. There were also other men during the strip club years in Los Angeles. But I believe what we're hearing now, Rachel saying that her heart was full when Madison was born. I believe that for once in this story, she's actually being honest, or as close as she gets. And that's what makes it more tragic, not less. Because what followed that full heart was years of more the same.
Whatever reason, when things go bad, I don't even know what triggers it. Something triggers that I don't feel loved. I don't feel like anybody in this world loves me. And I have been fighting that for so long. I've never felt like enough for my mom, ever. I never felt like enough unless I was doing a pageant. I never felt like enough because she didn't care. She didn't care about anything I went through in high school. Nothing. And if she did care, she didn't say a word about it. I lived with a mom who never said I love you, ever. I remember the first time she said it to me. I felt like Sherry couldn't wait for me to fall because I had everything in high school in her eyes. In her eyes, I had everything because mom put me in all these pageants and I won them and I was doing this and I was doing that. And it was like the minute that I fell, she was there like gloating.
A couple of things need addressing here. First, on February 28, 1989, a fire in a refinery took Rachel's father's life. Now, I'm not sure how long it takes one to recover from the sudden death of their father, if they ever can. I know it still weighs heavily on both Rachel and Sherry. Sherry remembers the knock at the door from her father's best friend, who shared the news. I know that everyone went through an unthinkable event and trauma. And as one would expect, Rachel's mother was paralyzed by that loss, and it took time to heal and to function normally again. I think anyone would understand that. Now, I know a couple things about Sherry, and what Rachel just said about Sherry, that she was waiting for her to fail, that she was gloating when Rachel fell. That's not Sherry's memory of it all. Sherry's 7 years older than Rachel, and she was there for her, especially in those first years after their dad passed away. She attended school and sporting events and a lot of those pageants as well. During high school, Rachel developed that habit of faking medical emergencies, including seizures, serious enough that she ended up hospitalized at one point for what turned out to be nothing. This is verified by others that witnessed these episodes. If it sounds familiar, it should. The pattern started early, very early. And it was after her senior year when she stole Sherry's ultrasound and told her boyfriend Brad that they were pregnant with twins. Sherry had to sit here and listen to me tell the story about how Rachel killed her off. She actually sat in a salon last year where she heard a group of girls talking about this podcast. And after hearing enough, she said at one point, "I'm the dead sister." Imagine how that felt. There are stories and more stories. Rachel chooses revisionist history every single time. Even through all of this, through this story, Sherry has said one thing to me consistently, that she still loves and misses her sister. The entire family does. That's a fact that's not in dispute by anyone in this story except for Rachel. During that time after their dad's death, she did what she could. Sherry said to me, "I do miss the person I thought she was." She was hopeful that Rachel would grow out of the lying and find that attention-seeking behavior part of her life fulfilled when she married Mark and had her girls. That obviously didn't happen. Now Mark says something that I want you to hold on to.
Maybe you're just perceiving things in
Maybe,
the wrong light, because family don't turn on each other.
Mine did.
I don't believe that for a second. Good people don't turn bad.
If they didn't turn on me, they would have been here trying to check on me in the last 10 years. They would have come out here.
When you isolate yourself and give everybody the big fuck you, what do you expect from them? It doesn't take much to pick up a phone and call.
Well, I felt the same way about them.
You've blocked everybody.
I didn't block them.
Okay.
They have my phone number. It hasn't changed in years. They're not blocked. They have your number.
I know.
They could call you at any time.
They could. But I gave them the big fuck you too, because I was basing that on information that I'm getting from you.
You were still calling them.
I was calling your mom on Christmas. I'll admit that. And I'm glad I did, because that shit's wrong. You don't starve your family from love. That's
They
not.
starved me.
No,
Mark.
Rachel, that's just how you're perceiving it.
No, it's not.
It is. That's just how you're perceiving that. That's not real. That's made up bullshit in your head.
It's not, because my mom was not there for me through anything. Anything.
All right.
And it hurt me.
Listen, nobody is perfect. We're all just doing the best we can. But communicate with people, the people that matter the most. I don't even have family like you do, and I can't wait to see them. Do you know that? I can't wait to see the girls and Danica's baby, and I'm so excited about it, you know? And it sucks.
They didn't hurt you.
Bullshit.
No, they didn't.
No, I felt hurt too, because they didn't believe my story about your cancer. I was really hurt by that. But I didn't know that was bullshit too. 22 years I've been being spoon-fed all this crap from you, and I don't know which end is up and which end is down. Do you know how that feels? You're like, it's just, it's so unnecessary. These kids haven't seen their family in 10 years because you were trying to hide an affair. That ain't right.
It's not why, Mark.
That is exactly what prompted this whole thing.
No.
Sherry confronted you. You didn't want to talk to her about it. You cut her off.
That's not why I cut her off.
Okay. What's your story?
I felt like she turned her back on me.
Do you know how easy it is to turn your back on somebody that constantly lies to you?
I know. I've lost everybody in my whole world, Mark.
That's a defense mechanism that anybody would put out.
That right there.
I know. I've lost everybody in my whole world.
She admits it right there. Not under duress. Not because she was caught. Because for one moment, the armor came off. And she said the truest thing she said in the entire conversation we're listening to. But here's the thing. She knows exactly why she's alone. She knows exactly why she and Sherry stopped communicating. Sherry caught wind of Rachel's short-lived affair with Mike Cherry. Sherry knows Mike, and she heard the story. And it was at that moment that they stopped communicating. There's something else of importance that you should be aware of as well. On September 24th of 2024, 7 days after Mark's arrest by Paso PD, as they were digging into Rachel's story and trying to get their arms around what they were dealing with, one of the people they spoke with was Sherry. Detective Boyette reached out to Sherry and asked her why the two of them didn't have a relationship. And Sherry said it was due to Rachel's bad habit of lying. That's a direct quote. Sherry shared a few stories with Boyette, including Rachel's claims of having cancer. She told him that the family didn't take the claim seriously based on her past lies. And that caused Rachel to cut ties with her and the family, and Rachel's daughters. The girls were no longer allowed to speak with anyone in their family. That statement is recorded in Paso Robles Police Supplement Number 6, dated September 24, 2024. That conversation was recorded on the Paso PD and by Boyette. I've got a full copy of that supplement and Sherry's conversation with him. This is all part of Mark's discovery, and Rachel also has access to this information. Sherry and Rachel did have some contact in the years after Rachel's cancer story, though.
They still love you. They still want to see you. They just have a hard time believing anything you say because of your history. Only you can fix that.
I can't fix it. It's ruined.
No, it's not ruined. It's fixable.
Ruined.
It's not ruined, Rachel. It's fixable, but it takes a big leap of faith on your end. That's why I told you, find somebody to talk to, lay all your cards out on the table, and come clean with somebody.
I have been with Scott.
Did you tell Scott about this guy, Mike Cherry?
I didn't even think about him.
Okay, well, how many others are there? Are there more?
I don't know anybody else, Mark.
You said that about the other 3 guys.
No, I didn't.
About Mark?
I told you about Mark.
No.
I came to you.
Only after I had already known.
I didn't know you knew.
I know. But I kept prompting you to come clean. Prompting you.
I kept trying to think in my head, what could I have possibly done that
I know.
you don't know about?
And you were like, oh, I must have blocked it out.
And I did. I
blacked
didn't even
it out.
think about it.
And you blacked out this guy, Mike Cherry. Is there anybody else that's been blacked out that's coming out? Do we need to do like some kind of hypnosis treatment to get to the bottom of you? because you clearly can't confess everything. It's only little pieces that fit within your narrative. You have a chance to fix all of this, but you have to have the courage to do it. You have to find the courage inside of you.
I'm never going to be able to fix it. You're never going to look at me the same. You're never
Doesn't matter what I look at you like. What about your kids? What about the rest of your family? I'm inconsequential.
Why do you keep including the kids in this?
Because they know stuff.
I want you to consider something as you hear this part of the conversation. Mark's pushing Rachel to be honest with the girls. The kids, I think, are 13, 15, and 16 at this point. He's dealing with children who are old enough to ask questions, to overhear arguments, to sense that they're being told different stories by each parent. He's trying to correct the gaslighting. He wants to maintain their trust. He's trying to give them the truth before Rachel can bury it. And Rachel's response to all of it, to honesty and transparency to her own husband, wanting to stop lying to their children.
You need to tell them the truth.
You just keep feeding them more and
I'm
more
just telling
more.
them the truth, Rachel. They deserve the truth.
They're too young.
No, they're not, Rachel.
They are.
No, they're not. Nobody's too young for the truth.
They're too young for this stuff.
I disagree. I'm sorry. They're my kids, and I'm not into keeping secrets. Family secrets suck. They're a fucking cancer. Okay? All they do is eat at the fabric of your whole life. Look at ours. 22 years. And this is where we are, because you kept secrets from me for so long. Don't you see that? Why can't you do that with your kids? Why can't you come out and say...
I talked to them the last couple of days. I've been trying to be
You've
open
been spoon-feeding them what you want to tell them.
No, I've been trying to talk to them openly. I've been trying more and more every day to openly talk to our kids.
All right.
I have been trying.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm not in there to know.
God. I am.
Okay.
But they don't believe anything I say, because every time I say something, you tell them something else.
Then why don't you use this as a prime opportunity to go, listen, guys, I need to talk to you. I've had a checkered past, and this is what's happened in it. But something else has come up, and I need to tell you. I need to come clean to you.
Why do they need to know that?
Why wouldn't they? They're going to know anyway.
Why?
Because they're going to. Because I don't hide the truth from my kids. I'm not going to do it. Okay? Dad, why did you and mom split up? Well, this is what happened, girls. This is what I found out, and this is why we're no longer together.
Family secrets suck. They're a fucking cancer. Mark said that about his own family. About 22 years of being on the receiving end of one lie after another. And he chose the exact right word for it. Cancer. I want you to keep the timeline in mind as well as you hear this. This conversation took place on March 30th, 2024. Within 2 weeks of the conversation, Rachel realizing that the girls were about to get the truth about their mother, she did 3 things. She packed up her girls, she moved into Russ's home, and she went to Paso Robles Family Court and filed for a temporary restraining order, a TRO. And then the very next day, she's on ring camera trying to get back into the house that she just told a judge she was terrified to be in. The only thread I hear in this entire conversation is the thread of honesty. The thread of Mark telling his daughters the truth about their mother. That's what she was afraid of. That's what the restraining order was really for. And here's something else to ponder. It shouldn't be lost on you or Mark that their relationship comes down to this. Rachel had a choice. She could listen to her endlessly loving and supportive husband and fall on her sword. She could tell the girls that she's made mistakes, apologize to everyone, and work to be a better person, build trust, heal wounds. Or she could orchestrate a teardown of a good man. A teardown so deep that he goes to jail, faces prison, and loses his kids forever. Fabricate lies, fake evidence, and stick to that plan at all costs. Just forget about everything that you've shared and lived and scorch the earth and drown Mark in all of this. Rachel didn't have to think twice. The decision was probably made in less than a minute, and it happened during this conversation. Let's not think for even a second that she was agonizing over any of this. The choice was clear. Self-preservation at any cost. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I want to encourage you to follow our social media. I'd recommend you follow Instagram. In the show notes, you'll find a link to all of them. There's a lot more information and backup for what I'm discussing. Much of the evidence that I reference in these episodes here, you'll find there. You'll see screenshots, additional commentary in the way of videos. I also want to encourage you to comment and send along a DM if you've got questions. I answer everything that comes my way. Also, please take a moment to rate the podcast here. Leave a review if you're so inclined. Thanks for following. And this episode will continue after this message.
So just take them, Mark, because they're never going to trust me again.
They would if you came clean and told them the truth. Why wouldn't it matter? See, that's where you're wrong.
Everybody in my life has turned their back on me.
Nobody's turned your back on. Nobody.
Everybody.
Nobody. I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, I have not turned my back on you. I didn't leave the house and say, hey, fuck you, deal with this shit on your own. I'm the one that's paying for you to go to counseling. I'm doing whatever I can to help you. I'm talking to you every day. But you just keep lying to me, and it wears on you after a while.
I don't feel like I'm, hiding my past from you right now. I feel like genuinely when you hate things about yourself and genuinely when you are ashamed of it, I don't remember. I didn't remember, Mark. I had to go back and think, what did I do? Well, I don't remember.
What else?
And I don't even remember what he went by as a name because I don't remember that name.
What else was there?
I don't know, Mark. I don't remember right now.
I don't want to keep doing the Sherlock Holmes trying to search out everybody. I don't.
But you're doing it.
No, but I want to give you the opportunity to say, listen, you already know I fucked up 5 times. This is also another thing that happened. There's this one. There's this one. But you never want to take that opportunity.
I don't even remember, Mark. I'm telling you, I stuff things down because they're painful.
I don't believe that for a second.
I know you don't, but I feel that way. Because I didn't remember that guy at all, honestly. I completely forgotten about talking to him.
You have people that care about you. You don't want to believe it, I understand. But there are people in this world who care a great deal about you and that are real and tangible, and you keep pushing them away. Stop doing it.
I don't consider my mom and sister people that care about me.
Well, you need to change your perspective.
I can't.
Because your family's never going to do that.
I'm not.
You may not like what they have to say, but you need to talk to them regardless.
I don't want to.
I know.
I've already, in my mind, my mom is dead to me. I'm not calling one.
Okay, that's your choice. You can continue to go through life and think that you know it all.
I don't think I know it all. I don't think I know anything.
You're making a huge mistake.
That's your opinion.
I know, it is. I think it is. I think it's a big mistake.
How many times did we talk about all of the things about my mom? How many times that we were like, it's so difficult, we offered to fly her out here. We offered to do things for her.
Well, the problem is that I'm getting third-hand information from you. So I base my attitude on the things that you tell me, because I'm just that gullible.
Gullible means blinded by trust, blinded by the desire to believe in someone. This is the shit right here in this conversation. This is the moment where the psychological cost of believing that all of her garbage exceeds the cost of facing the truth. And he's fed up. He's exhausted. But I think he's being pretty fucking decent about it. Even here, even at this point, he's encouraging her to reconnect with her family. He's trying to save something. He's trying to help her.
You need to have that support in your life, and you're not going to get it by shutting everyone out.
I don't believe in them.
Okay.
I don't believe that they love me, or they would have reached out before now.
I think you have a real opportunity to show the girls that you're not full of shit, and just tell them what happened. And tell them why you felt the need. We all have to face our crap.
I have been.
I know, it's an ongoing process. I mean, it's like layers. We're peeling back the layers, you know? The girls love you. They're going to forgive you regardless.
They don't love me anymore either.
Oh, honey.
They don't. They don't want anything to do with me anymore. Madison never talks to me. Never. I try and I try and I try to talk to her.
You had more than one. I don't know. It's a suggestion. You can take it or leave it. It's up to you. But I think it's a missed opportunity if you don't. I would hate to see them grow up and repeat the same mistakes. And they need their mom to be strong. You know? Come at it from a place of strength. Don't make it like you're this broken person. You're rebuilding yourself. You're starting anew. And you can't start anew without rectifying the stuff from the past. And it's like I told Sherry, I feel like every day I talk to you, I feel like I know you a little bit less and less and less, because you're doing things that I would never think that you would do. But right now, there's just so much chaos in this family. I'm trying to just give you some grace. And I can't forgive you without grace. So that's what I'm working on.
I haven't asked you to forgive me.
I know you've never asked me to forgive you. I think everybody deserves forgiveness, because none of us are on this earth without sin.
I don't know why. I always have this feeling of just wanting to be loved.
Like I keep.
Like it's never there.
Did you not get love from your dad? I thought he'd love the shit out of you.
I feel like he did, but he died when I was 9.
Oh yeah.
I was just a little kid.
Right.
And after that, I was just lost. Lost in the shuffle, lost in everything that's going on, lost in the family, left behind. Like I just felt like I never mattered again.
Yeah.
And I have struggled with that my whole life.
Well, maybe focus that on your next session. Okay.
I have been. We've done that. Scott and I have done that.
Well, you got to continue to tell Scott about your indiscretions. Even if you don't want to tell me, tell him. Get it off your chest.
I'm trying to be open with you. I'm really trying to come to you and talk to you and not placate you and not manipulate you. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm genuinely trying to be better. And I don't lie about everything. I think I only lie about stuff I'm ashamed of.
Well, wouldn't that be a trigger thing? Like if you're feeling shame, right away you would know this is not good. I should not be doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, you told me about taking the kids to school and telling them about Russ. At this rate, nothing is going to surprise me. I'm still here for you. Okay? I'm never going to turn my back on you.
Think about what he's been through at this point. And he says, I'll never turn my back on you. Unconditional. Despite everything. Despite 22 years of being lied to, cheated on, manipulated, and now living in his own RV in the driveway. He said, I'll never turn my back on you. Now, some additional context for the next part of this conversation. There's a discussion about Rachel spending time at Russ's house and whether or not she's being honest with the girls. Rachel made a promise to Mark that when they were working on things that she wouldn't be going over there. And that's where we pick the next part of this up. But again, just a couple weeks later, that poor me act, that I don't know why I lie or do what I do, that would change. And she would do what she needed to do. would just make sure that change was permanent.
This is why I cannot be with you, because you will find a way to manipulate the truth so it works
I'm not
in your
manipulating
favor.
truth.
That's exactly what that is. Did you
Because
break
I
the promise? Did you break the promise?
I guess I did
You
because I
guess?
drove over there.
You guess. Yes or no?
Yes.
You broke a promise. That's a promise. Does it mean anything to you?
Yes, it does. That's why I wanted to tell you myself.
But you didn't.
Because you already followed me over there.
I didn't follow you over there. I saw you turn the fucking corner to go to his house.
So why not wait the entire day before you say something and
Why?
see if I
just
tell
sent you a text saying so much for truth and honesty.
Why can't you let me call you and tell you?
Because
This
I
is what
waited.
did.
I have waited for years for you to come clean, and you don't do it.
I've been asking for the last couple of weeks to let me come to you.
If you don't want to be straight with me, then don't. But don't
I
fucking feed me
do
with the bullshit.
Want to be straight with you.
But you're not, ever.
I just said I'm trying in the last week to come to you and talk to you. I planned to tell you yesterday that I was doing that.
It's comical at this point. It really is.
I'm trying to be truthful with you. I just told you I
don't
planned.
even know if you know what that means.
I know what it means, Mark.
All right.
I'm not stupid.
I didn't say you were stupid. You're very good at your craft. I've never met a single person in my life that could lie her way out of a paper bag. You do it religiously. I don't know where it came from, but I feel like you missed your calling. You could have been an actress or something. Because you believe everything you're saying.
I don't believe everything, Mark. I'm telling you my perspective on things, and you automatically think it's a lie. It's not a lie if I'm just telling you how my brain works and how I'm thinking and I'm talking to you.
Okay.
That's not a lie.
All right.
It's not a lie if I forget.
I know, because it's hard to keep track of all the lies.
It's hard to keep track of days right now, not lies, Mark.
All right.
Days.
Anyway, you had a perfect opportunity to say something then. You chose not to.
I came in there to talk to you, and I laid on the bed with intentions of having conversations with you, and you didn't speak to me.
I was in a dead sleep when you came out here.
I understand, but I started talking to you about Scott, trying to open up to you about...
And you didn't get what you needed from me, so you pissed off and left.
I was trying to have a conversation, and you wouldn't talk to me, which meant you were sleeping and you didn't want to talk, so I left. It wasn't pissed off.
Right.
I even said to you, I love you, and you were like, yeah, whatever.
No, I didn't say yeah, whatever. I said, I wish that was true.
Whatever, it's the same thing. It's like whatever.
But it's not, it's different.
It's the same meaning. It's whatever, it doesn't matter to you. I'm just saying I was trying to have a real conversation, and I do. I start out and I come in here and I feel like I want to talk to you and I want to tell you something you don't know, or I want to open up, and then we'll start talking and then we'll start fighting, or you won't say a word.
Look, I'm not the person to be divulging all this stuff to you. I get frustrated trying to figure you out.
Why are you so adamant about figuring me out then? If you just...
I just want to understand you. I want to paint a picture for you that's perfectly clear, that these are boundaries and you're stepping over these boundaries constantly. But you don't see it that way. You see it as, I don't know why I do this stuff. I just feel unloved. Well, I can't help with that. I'm not a therapist. I don't know how to treat you for it.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just trying to confide in you. You want me to open up to you, and you ask me questions, and you want to know things, and I'm trying to tell you.
All right.
This is me trying to open up to you.
Okay.
And every time I've come out here, I've tried a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And I've said to you over and over and over, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm working on...
I will say that your admission of the affair with Mike Cherry is a big step for you, because you wouldn't admit to any of the other ones.
I admitted to Harry.
Because I found out. You had 2 years and you never came to me to tell me anything.
I didn't, but when I was confronted with it, I did tell you. I didn't say no. I didn't deny it. I didn't try to sugarcoat it.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did, honey. Yeah, you did. But that's okay. I mean, that's in the past. But I'm just saying.
It's not
more
okay.
more of that admission, more of that being forthright and honest. It carries a lot of weight. That's why I'm saying I think it's a missed opportunity to not tell the girls about it. I really don't want them to grow up and do the same things.
Well, telling them everything I'm doing is making them know that it's okay to do.
Is it? Is it making it okay? Because their whole worlds are shattered.
They didn't have to be in the middle of this
Their
stuff.
whole world is shattered because of it. You don't think they deserve the truth?
I don't think they deserve to know every detail of things.
I'm not asking you to tell them, what hotel room you stayed in.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, why do they need to know everything I've ever done so they can hate their mother? Why can't they live in a little bit of mom and dad are getting a divorce, but we can still be happy?
Do you think that they won't figure this stuff out later? You don't
Maybe
think it's gonna,
when they're older, that
you
would
don't
be
think it's going to come out, and you don't think they're going to have this resentment for you not telling them then?
No, I think if
Yeah?
The way I was seeing it was when they were older, if I sat them down and I was healed and I was able to talk to it and I was able to give them the whys and the this and the that, instead of coming to them now and going, I don't really know why I do what I do.
Do you not see that you coming out here, going over this stuff constantly, and then leaving to go back in there and bash their dad?
I'm not bashing their dad.
Okay. Listen.
I'm not bashing you.
Okay.
I have been trying to keep your and my stuff out of our conversations as much as I can. Ask them about when I drove to school and I said, I promise you I will no longer involve you in Dad and I's stuff. I will encourage your relationship, I will support things, but I will not put you in the middle anymore. I made them that promise.
You make a lot of promises, honey.
I don't make a lot of promises. I don't make a lot.
All right.
I have been very, very adamant in the last week, and maybe even a little before, about trying to be open and forthcoming and working on my insecurities and my problems. I have been open with the girls about what I'm working through and what I'm doing. I have tried to be so upfront without hurting them.
I need to lay down. I don't feel good. We can talk more tomorrow. All right?
What have I said that's bashing you?
I don't want to do this.
I'm not bashing you to them at all.
Okay.
I'm not bashing you to them at all. She said it 3 times. I don't even know how to define what just happened here. She said that she's been trying to keep their couple stuff away from the girls. There's something that we know that's not true at all, because in the back of her mind, she's definitely thinking that she needs plan B, because it becomes abundantly clear during this conversation that Mark's going to tell the girls. And Rachel, she can't have that truth come out. She's got to protect herself. And it ends with him realizing that she's walking out the door and heading for Russ, a claim which she denies. Mark actually tells her that he knows that Russ wants to be her boyfriend.
You going somewhere?
I think I might.
Yeah, okay. You're leaving for good? You going to Russ?
No, I'm not fucking with Russ. Would you stop?
I'm just asking. Why do you get so
I'm not, because
defensive?
I'm so tired of it, Mark. He does not want me like that.
That man thinks that you're his girlfriend.
No, he doesn't.
Absolutely 100% thinks you're his girlfriend.
He is moving. He's in the middle of a divorce.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
He does not think I am his girlfriend.
He does. I know this. It is what it is. I don't know why you keep denying.
I don't want to be his girlfriend. I'm in no position to be anybody's anything, Mark.
Well, when you move into his house
I'm
after
not
I
moving
leaving,
into his house.
And here it comes, the threat of self-harm.
Well, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to go kill myself tonight. And I know you think that when I say that out loud, I don't mean it. But just know that I mean it tonight.
You've been telling me this for months.
I know. And when I don't show up tomorrow, you'll believe it, because I'm done.
All right.
It's over.
There it is. And before I end it, I want to address a few more things. After Rachel threatened suicide and left that RV, Mark contacted the Atascadero PD to report what happened. The report indicated that they had been in an argument. that Rachel left after threatening her own life, and that she had made such threats before. That report also indicated that she had been in possession of a Glock 9mm. Mark declined to file a missing persons report. A teletype was sent out for officer safety. The responding officer contacted Russ, and he indicated that she should be in Atascadero. Mark believes that she was actually at Russ's house, even though Russ denied it. You heard Rachel say that she wasn't in a position to be anyone's girlfriend, that she wasn't moving into his house, that Russ didn't think of her that way. Yet, 4 months later, in a statement to Paso Robles PD and the complaint that led to Mark's arrest, Rachel described what happened on December 13th of 2023, which was 4 months before the conversation you just heard. And that's important because that was the night that Mark first found her at Russ's house. While Rachel was describing that night to Detective Elizabeth Place, Rachel said Mark came to her boyfriend's house. She then provided Elizabeth Place with ring camera footage from Russ's house, showing Mark in the driveway. It's in police evidence as Paso Robles Police Supplemental Report number 6. So, Rachel, which is it? You heard her say Russ doesn't want me like that. I'm in no position to be anybody's anything. And yet, less than 2 weeks after this conversation, she moved herself and her 3 minor children into his home. You also heard her say, I'm not bashing you and I'll encourage your relationship. I'll support things. I won't put you in the middle anymore. I made them that promise. Yet, in addition to removing herself and her daughters from the marital home on April 13th, the very next day she filed for a restraining order, and that was granted on April 15th. That's how she was supporting him and protecting their relationship, by telling police that they were all in fear of their lives and she needed protection. And here's a big one. April 16th, she's on that ring camera, attempting to enter the home. Mark had changed the code. She even walked around the home where there's access to the garage through an unlocked door. But Mark's car was in the driveway the entire time. If she was genuinely in fear for her safety, why is she trying to get back in? On September 17th, 2024, Mark was arrested at gunpoint. The arrest was based entirely on evidence Rachel produced to obtain that restraining order, including text messages that the San Luis Obispo County District Attorney's Office owned digital forensic lab, the Coast Crime Lab, subsequently proved were fabricated. They were nothing more than messages Rachel sent to herself. I contacted Paso PD around September 20th to share my story after Mark's arrest. I told them what Rachel had done to me. Well, Rachel had already told them that I was spreading lies about her on social media. She told them that she never said that she was a lawyer, never told one person in her life that she was a lawyer or that she had cancer. She told them that we had dinner twice in Santa Barbara in 2022. She skipped over the fake cancer, the fake pregnancy, the engagement ring, all of that. Just days after I spoke with Paso PD, Detective Boyette reached out to Sherry. District Attorney Dan Dow knew and knows that Rachel fabricated evidence that put Mark Neville in handcuffs during that felony traffic stop on a public street in his hometown. His own lab proved it, and yet he's offered no explanation to Mark, to his family, or to the citizens of San Luis Obispo County. Dan Dow owes Mark Neville an explanation. And more than that, he owes him accountability. Those charges related to the fabricated text messages have been dropped against Mark. Yet, the DA refuses to investigate Rachel Neville for the multitude of false police reports and fabricated evidence. 2 years. That's how long it's been since Mark's seen or spoken with 3 of his daughters. 2 years. Not because he's dangerous. Not because he's a criminal. Because the woman who couldn't stand the idea of her children knowing the truth pulled every available lever available to her to make sure that he would never be able to tell them. To Rachel's daughters, if you're listening, and I believe you are, I want you to know a few things. Everything on this podcast is documented. Every claim is sourced. Text messages your mother told you were sent by your father were actually sent by your mother. None of what I have done here is anything but share the truth that needed to come out. I'm not someone that your dad hired. I'm a man that loved your mother deeply, and I thought she loved me. But unlike other people that your mother touched, I refuse to be silenced, no matter how many complaints that your mother made against me on our social media or the podcast. Your mother, Rachel Neville, did all of this, and who knows what else. I have the receipts, and I put them here on this podcast and all over social media because she's a con artist, pathological liar, and a serial cheater. Your father, Mark, has conducted himself with more grace than most people would have managed. He's told the truth when it would have been easier to go quiet, and that matters. I hope the ankle monitor that Mark Neville is wearing is off by the time this episode of the podcast drops. I hope Mark gets his girls back. I hope that call that Mark made to his mom continues to allow healing for Mark and his family. And that everyone who has shared their story this season on and off the record, Todd, Shelby, Becky, Marie, the women from the airport, Wells Fargo man, Mike Cherry, and those that just wouldn't go on the record. What you did, what all of you did, was something that took courage. Rachel's power comes from silence, and you took some of that power away by talking to me, and that matters. Again, I started this by telling you that I waited my whole life to find the perfect woman. Here's what I know now that I didn't know then. Rachel is a prolific con artist. She's not smarter than everyone else, but she found something that works. It works on people who are fundamentally decent. She weaponized our capacity to love and to care. Sometimes our willingness to forgive. That's not our flaw. That's humanity. And she used it against every single person in this story that I've talked about. The season is over. The podcast may be over, but the fight isn't. I'm not going to stop until Rachel Neville is held accountable for what she's done. To Mark, to his daughters, to Rosie, to the man she had arrested in his own hometown. To every single person whose name appears in this podcast, to everyone whose name doesn't, to all of you, she is still out there. She's still working, and she's still working people. And if history tells us anything, she's already building the next version of this story for the next person who makes the mistake of believing her. But you know what? We've put her name out there. Don't make the mistake of trusting Rachel Neville. When Billy Bush heard the first episode, he said to me unequivocally, "You must tell your story." He immediately lent his name and his counsel to this project. And that's well over 30 years of friendship, trust, and love stepping up, and I appreciate that. To Matt Grasso, Agent Grasso, it was you that listened to episode 1, that heard the first version of episode 1 and said, "I can't believe this shit happened to you. Where the fuck is episode 2? I need more." You may have gotten a little bit more than you bargained for there. There's no one else I would rather have had by my side through it all. You continue to be the voice of reason, even if I don't always listen. And just stop asking me about season 3. Andrew Reagan provided sound design, beautiful score behind all of season 1 and so much of season 2. He scored these episodes one by one custom, and he captured the story so well. One small thing which ended up being a big thing. This music which you heard at the opening of each episode, including this one. When I was thinking about the podcast, for some reason I couldn't get the movie Midnight Run with Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin out of my head. It's one of my favorite movies. This music is a tip of the hat to Walsh Gets the Duke by Danny Elfman, And it's our tip of the hat to that great movie. It was created by my friend Stephen Lee, an amazing guitar player, the kind that makes you not want to take your guitar out of its case when you're in his presence. I'm sure you know the saying, it takes a village. Well, I had my village. Buzz Knight, Tim Sabian, Gil Edwards, Rich Creswick, Krez, the lovely Lena Shy, Bob Malatesta, the wicked, talented, and patient Willie B. and Lynn Hoffman, Vinny Steves, San Luis Obispo's own Adam Montiel, who had me on before the podcast launched and almost didn't because of a suspicious email he got that turned out to have most likely come from Rachel, telling him not to believe me. Thanks for believing in me, Adam. Drew Lane, you were right. And finally to the late Bob Rivers, who said life is our own reality show, and we get 365 episodes a year. Tell your story. Oh, Bob, I told my story. I'm Harry Jacobs, and this has been The Messenger, the Rachel Cancer Scam. Thanks for listening, for every share, every comment, every message, and from every someone who said this kind of thing happened to me. Thank you for spreading the word. Maybe we're not done. Maybe she'll get arrested. Maybe she gets stopped. Maybe for now we'll see what happens. Maybe we leave it at that.
You think you love her, think you got her caged, think you want her for life, forever and a day. You think you love her, want her to be your wife, be the only man in her pitiful little life. But ooh, she ain't the one. No, honey, she ain't the one.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.